Hey guys, Monkey here. I'm gonna be doing something a little bit different today. I don't know if anything like this has ever been done before, but I hope you like it, since you're here. Hope you enjoy the ride. So what am I going to be doing today? Well, I'm not going to be playing a game. I'm going to be reading a magazine. You can tell it's Nintendo Power, but which Nintendo Power is it? It's February 1995, so I guess let's call this Let's Play Nintendo Power February 1995. Alright. So why did I choose this particular issue? Well, if you look down here in the in-depth section, we got Kirby's Dream Course, which is how I found this issue in the first place, because I was looking for the issue where they covered this game. But come to find out, this magazine was apparently released during the golden age of the Super Nintendo and just the 16-bit era in general. I mean, look, we got freaking Mega Man X on the cover. You know something good's going down. So, I consider this particular issue kind of like a slice of the golden age, I guess you could say, of Super Nintendo. And I feel like it does a good job of just like taking a picture of you know, what things were like back then. It's a more simpler time, more innocent. You know, games were fun. Didn't try to do too much. Just tried to control well, have some good graphics, maybe a small story. I don't know. So let's just keep going. How am I going to do this? Well, I'm going to kind of stop. I'm going to pause for like just a second on each little piece of a page. I might talk about it a little bit, give my thoughts. I'm basically just going to go. So if you want to stop and read whatever the articles are saying, have your mouse on the pause button, I guess, and be ready to stop when I do. So let's just go. Rest of the cover here. What Mega Man X is this? It's X2. Cool, classic, enhanced. Yeah, that sounds about right. Looks like we got some Donkey Kong Land, but we'll get to that in the table of contents. Check this out right here. Exclusive. Super Punch-Out 16-page strategy guide. Oh yeah, Nintendo Power does it big. 16 pages of nothing but juicy information. You might be thinking, yeah, whatever, it's probably mostly fluff. Well, mostly you're right. But, I'll tell you what, they got some good tips in there too, but that's for later. Nintendo Power does it big though, let me assure you. This is a good magazine. So right off the bat though, we got a terrible ad. Something Nintendo Power was known for in the mid-90s. I don't know what else to say about that. I recall a jar of toenails trying to sell Game Boys. I don't know, just stupid stuff. Turns out it's an ad for Donkey Kong Country Player's Guide. You can read this if you want and try to figure out their reasoning behind having that gross guy. Pretty sure no one wants to read this though, so let's just get on to the table of contents. Alright. So now you can see what I'm talking about. Right off the bat, we're leading with Mega Man X2, followed with Kirby's Dream Course, what we're really here for. But I'm not even sure we'll get that far in this first video. This is definitely going to be a multi-part issue here. Got the Lion King. Some people like the Lion King. It's an alright game. Sports Scene, no idea what that is. But the fact that the Wolverine game is behind Sports Scene leads me to believe that the Wolverine game is probably not that good. I hope I'm wrong. I don't know, we'll see. 16-page Super Punch-Out over there. Yeah, I already talked about that. Donkey Kong Land on the Game Boy. Great. Check out these Take-Two reviews right here. I don't know what the hell Pieces is. It looks like garbage, but the other three games are all solid. Kirby's Avalanche, C2 Judgment Clay, Tiny Toons. I can't wait. I can't wait to get to Tiny Toons. I haven't even looked at that part yet. Or the C2 for that matter. I always liked the idea behind Clay Fighter, but I mean, you know, it didn't age well to say the least. I still like the 64 one though, even though most people don't. You don't always have to take fighting games seriously, you know. And then check this out right here. Star Fox 2. I'm assuming this is a preview, because the game never came out, so it's not a review, that's for sure. But, no. Got all the regular features right here. I guess I'll talk about them as we come across them. But yeah, let's just go. So, how they start off every magazine is with some letters that people send in, called the Player's Pulse. The editors, I guess, just kind of put up with these letters. I don't know, sometimes you can tell the responses are just trying to make people sound retarded. I mean, for good reason. The letters range from interesting to weird to atrocious. I mean, look at this guy right here. A Game Boy made out of bread. Looks pretty good. How'd it taste? Editors, I don't know. I guess they just have to humor people. Whatever. Just keep going. Lots of people talking about Donkey Kong Country in these letters. I don't know. You can read all these if you want. I'll stop on them. This one's pretty interesting right here, I guess. Guy makes old army figures into Mortal Kombat characters. Yeah, I guess that's kind of cool. Old school creativity of the 90s. Why not? Yeah, I like this though. He also sent a photo of Scorpion applying the finishing touches to one of his opponents. It was probably Sub-Zero. It was too hard to tell. It looked as if he had suffered a severe meltdown. You can all imagine what that means. Still got some more letters. Top 10 video game parodies someone sent in. Let's just go to number 1. Mortal Wombat, Australian Panic. Okay, whatever. Let's just go. So usually you'd have like the top 20 right here, but they decided to jump right into Mega Man X2 for some reason this issue. I guess because Mega Man X2 is just that freaking awesome. And yeah, it is. So here's how I'm going to handle the Mega Man X2 section here. It kind of expects you to be holding the magazine open with two pages facing you at once. So the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to have the top right here of the first half of the page, and then I'm going to go down to the second half like this to the other half of the top part of the page, and you'll see why once I get to the maps right here. So right off entering the Mega Man X2 section, they give you what you want to know. The boss order, what weapons to use, and they also give you the X equipment. Of course, that's exactly what you want to read when you open up the magazine and you see X2 on the front. Immediately what I'm thinking is, sweet, what are the upgrades? And hell yeah, they freaking deliver. All these sweet upgrades, man. I love it. Good pictures, information. Great. So here's the bottom half of the page. They hop right into the stages. Tell you what you want to know. Highlight all the important things. Sub-tanks and heart tanks. Hell yeah. That's exactly what you want to see. So here's the other half of the stage. Yeah, this looks about right. I like how they point out right here. This is where Wire Sponge is. You can't miss him. He's at the end of the level. Alright, whatever. Thanks, Nintendo Power. I don't know if I would have been able to find that. Alright, so moving on to the next page. Notice how all the stages have different names. They don't call it like the Crystal Snail stage. It's the Energen Crystal stage. I never actually knew that the stages had names. It's kind of cool, I guess, though. I always like Crystal Snail stage, you know? Crystal Snail's pretty cool. Here's the other half of this level. Yeah. Point out where all the hidden capsules are as well. God, I know that. You might be thinking, yeah, this is nice, but I could have found most of this stuff on my own. And yeah, you probably could have, but some of it you couldn't have. And you needed the power to find it. And I'll talk about that later. For now, though, I want to point out this picture of is it Overdrive Ostrich? I think so. Is this like an early Photoshop right here with these freaking energies circling X like this? Because I'm pretty sure that never happens in the actual game, where there's just a bunch of energies circling X. I don't know what they were going for there, but whatever. Point out where the X-Hunter boss doors are. I don't know. Real Daredevil stuff. Yeah, they never lied about that. Got that motorbike in this stage. That was fun, man. I love this stage. It's really fun. Here's the other half. Let's see how they describe this heart tank right here. Ride a hover bike inside the base and jump to it on the spikes. Getting a heart tank usually involves losing a life. Yeah, basically it does. Alright. The information's always kind of funny. They don't take themselves too seriously in this issue. I like that about this magazine in the mid-90s. Pretty good. Go up the chimney. Is that really what this is called? I don't know. Why? Whatever. So yeah, Magna Centipede's stage. That's a tongue twister. So there's the first part. Go down to the other half right here. You know this. Another thing I want to talk about is how the magazine format really lends itself well to like side scrollers on Super Nintendo. You know, because I mean a magazine's 2D, and so is the Super Nintendo. So it works out perfectly. It's a match made in heaven, to say the least. So here's Will Gator's stage. I always liked Will Gator's stage, you know? It's the inner workings of a huge, like, dinosaur. But yeah. So there's the first half. Hidden energy. Thanks. I would have never found that. Alright, so let's just keep going. We gotta move. Got a lot of magazine to get to. So here's what I was talking about when I was saying sometimes you would just need Nintendo Power if you're going to find an upgrade. This armor upgrade right here, go back and play Mega Man X2 without knowing where this is. I guarantee you will never find it because it's fucking impossible to find. It blends in perfectly. There's no hints. So, yeah, if it weren't for the map, you would never know that the armor power-up capsule was located here. Nintendo Power's like, yeah, send us a thank you note for that one. And yeah, they are basically right. So let's just keep going. Here's the other half of Morph Moth. If you wanna read all that. Got a lot of magazine to get to though, we gotta go. Deep Sea Base. Here's another thing, I never would have found this sub-tank right here. A lot of people I feel like found this on their own, but I never really figured out how to, I don't know, I never thought to use the bubbles underwater. Pretty clever. Pretty clever. Let's go find the other half of the Deep Sea Base. Double Crab stage, that's who this guy is. Yeah, pretty good. The writing is actually pretty engaging if you're, especially for like a, you know, their demographic, younger kids. So here's an odd map and something I want to highlight. This isn't the beginning of the stage right here. You'll notice this is second half. Here's the first half down here. You gotta kind of follow the maps, you know. You got the 2A right here. So yeah, got A right here. So okay, now I get it. Thanks Nintendo Power. It's pretty easy. All right, magazines are a thing of the past now, man. I mean, they're basically worthless. I don't need this at all. I have the internet. But back in '95. I mean, that's back when everyone was first getting, like, AOL on those CDs, man. And modem starting up. That's my modem impression. So yeah, this is Flame Stag. Pretty cool stage. I love Flame Stag. Reading this magazine is almost like playing the game again. If you've already played the game, like a ton, like me. You know, I love me some Mega Man X. It's just like, you know, going through an old photo album. It's like, yeah, that part was cool. I love this. Got some good information for how to handle the X-Hunters here. I love this information right here. It's difficult to avoid his shots, so make sure you have your sub-tanks full of energy. You remember this guy? Yeah, he is freaking hard. So yeah, thanks for that advice, Nintendo Power. Thanks a lot. But hey, you know what? Sometimes they got cool pictures. Like this picture of X fighting Agile right here. This is sweet. Get up on this platform right here. Yeah, that's smart thinking. Thanks for that subtle hint, Nintendo Power. It's like, yeah, get up here. It might be a little easier if you can figure out how. So, almost at the end of the Mega Man X section right here. Got Sigma returns. Finish it off with Sigma. Here, this part's freaking hilarious. I love this. Here. You always knew that the mostly useless strike chain would come in handy. Isn't that the truth? They... Remember in Mega Man 2, you gotta use the bubble lead on freaking Wily's final form, and in X3, I'm pretty sure you had to use the top spin on one of them. just a bunch of garbage, man. They always shoehorn you into using the worst power-ups for the final stages. They know it's supposed to be a challenge, so that's why you gotta use them. That's actually a pretty creative way to make the challenge, to make the final boss challenging, actually. So, yeah. That's basically where I want to have the bulk of the this video at, but I got a little bit of time left, so I'm going to go ahead and fit this sorry game pieces in. I don't know what the hell this game is all about, but I felt strong enough to put it after Mega Man X2. I guess you can stop and read this shit if you want. This game does not look appealing to me, but maybe it's pretty fun actually. Maybe I should give it a chance. No, I'm not going to. Anyways, that's this issue. I hope y'all liked it. Hopefully I'll get to finish this up sometime after Thanksgiving. And next time we'll get to start on Kirby's Dream Course, what we came here for. Alright. I hope you guys like this. This has been Let's Play Nintendo Power, February 1995. And I'll see y'all next time. Later.